Safe Soil World Racer Sabine and Roger here. We just celebrated Sadhguru's birthday. And now we feel like watching another video of his.
Yeah, of course, we got some requests for this after the Chandrayaan 3 moon landing blew our minds with the Shiva Shakti Point. So, of course, we know about that, but we don't know the real significance and meaning and the message behind that. So, of course, we're going to defer to Sadhguru's incredible wisdom to tell us all about it. So please join us. Of course, hit that like button for Sadhguruji. And let's learn all about this.
Hit the like button also for Shiv Shakti.
Oh, for the point.
This like button should be exploding now.
Like button. And if you don't like any of those things, find something else to like.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru.
Namaskaram.
Yesterday, the Prime Minister announced that Chandrayaan 3's landing spot will be named Shiv Shakti.
Yeah.
But the moon, space, and earth all belong to humanity. So, is it appropriate that any place on the moon be named after a god or goddess from a particular culture? Thank you.
Straight into the heart of Indian politics.
Yeah.
Totally.
Apollo, Luna, Saturn, Mercury, Neptune,
Oh, yeah.
Venus. What are all these?
Yeah, I got goosebumps.
Boom, nailed it. Video's over now.
All Greek gods and goddesses.
I totally forgot.
Does it mean the planetary system belonged to the Greeks? At least we landed there.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
Good
and
one.
Bharat's imprint is all over the
It's,
south side now.
I'm very impressed
Yeah.
that these days political leadership seems to have this level of wisdom. First thing you need to understand is Shiva Shakti is not the names of some god and goddess. We are talking about two fundamental forces, clockwise, anti-clockwise, masculine, feminine. Well, in other cultures, they may call it yin and yang, and so many other things. Sun and moon, Ida, Pingala. There are many aspects of both science and metaphysics that we can go into, but the important thing you need to understand is that all physical manifestation in this creation happens between two polarities. There is no question about that. This is not from the civilization that we call as Bharat. Well, this was the first civilization to speak about, but today modern science has established this beyond any doubt, that everything that is physical is in some kind of rotation or revolution of its own. It's on a spin. So in these spins, if you see, there are only two choices of how everything can spin, clockwise, counterclockwise. They call it up and down, but there are only two choices. It cannot spin in 1,000 different ways, it can only spin in two ways. These two we call Shiva Shakti. It is fantastic that instead of calling that spot by their own names as they did in the past,
Oh, yeah.
we are calling it by appropriate terms. That will matter for the whole universe.
Yeah.
Understanding this and experiencing this within ourselves is the fundamental aspect of yoga. Ida Pingala, Hatha. This is very important.
Life and death, maybe?
Yeah.
Skeleton, flowers.
It is significant that human understanding across the world, thanks to the modern science, recognizing these deeply entrenched civilizational aspects of this part of the world, modern science is slowly, piece by piece, tiny piece by piece at a time, slowly validating its every aspect of it. What was spoken thousands of years ago, many millennia ago, these things were established. If you do not know this, even something like 2,700 to 3,000 years ago, in this civilization, the study of the planet was called as Bhugol. This means around planet. When everybody else in the world were arguing whether it's flat or round, here it's well established.
Nice.
There are ancient drawings and paintings where it is shown that planet Earth, a round ball, a globe, on the back of a turtle and going around the sun. When rest of the world, the scriptures of the world, the religions of the world, the cultures of the world and the ignorance of the world was going on saying Earth is the center of the universe.
So embarrassing.
Here, very clearly we depicted planet Earth is going around the sun. And why a turtle back? Because a turtle cannot accelerate by itself.
What?
It is going at a steady pace. So planet is not accelerating or decelerating, at a steady pace it's going, that's why our lives are reasonably balanced. I can go on telling you many things, but we'll leave that there. But it's really wonderful, there is a spot on the moon. We cannot see that spot, it's on the south side. There is a spot on the moon, which
Yeah,
is
of
Shiva
course.
Shakti.
Otherwise, yes.
Yeah.
Goosebumps.
Because I put my hands together, oh, Sadhguru is bowing down to Shiva and Shakti, is that Linga Bhairavi? I am bowing down to the truth about the existence, because that's the only damn thing that matters in our life.
Yes.
What is the truth about this? What is the truth about everything? This is all that matters. What you make up in your head doesn't mean a damn thing, it dies with you or it kills you. If you don't kill your ignorance soon enough, it kills you in many ways, or at least it dies with you. What is true lives whether we exist or we don't exist. So what we are referring to as Shiva Shakti, shall we call it AB? Why can't we be secular and call it AB?
AB point.
Oh.
You can if you want. Hello? If you want, you can call it AB, if that's your choice. But human life cannot run just on factual truth. Human life needs aesthetic.
Yeah.
Just on factual truth, who the hell are you? What are you worth? I'm asking. It is the aesthetic of how you sit, how you feel, how you speak, what you do. It is the aesthetic of who you are which matters. What is the truth about you? You're just a damn little life who pop out and pop out. That's the only truth about life. It is the aesthetic of many things that you are, little things, which matters. So you can call it AB. Then somebody will ask, why English language, why can't we call it I'm saying this is a silly argument.
Yeah.
But it is politically potential. So, I'm surprised it popped out here. So, Shiva Shakti, the deeper is your understanding of Shiva Shakti. The deeper is your harmony with Shiva Shakti. The more synchronized you are with Shiva Shakti, the two spins in your body of clockwise and anti-clockwise within the system of Ida Pingala. The more balance there is between these two, the more equanimous you become, less turbulence you become, and you will become higher level of perception. Why are we talking about perception here? Moon and perception are very connected. Moon and our birth is very connected. Why Shiva is… Adi Yogi is shown with a moon? Why is he a Somashekara? And the fantastic thing is the chairperson of ISRO is Somnath.
What?
I don't know.
I was talking to him and I said, how did your parents manage to name you so appropriately?
Oh, his name.
His name is how?
Somnath? Something about his name? Let us know.
I said, so Sadhguru, it's Lord Shiva's name, it is not me. That is the humility. With knowledge, people become arrogant. But this is a bunch of people that I've been interacting with for some time now. If you really want to see the atmosphere, I wouldn't call this spiritual process, but the ambience that is needed for one to develop spiritually, if you want to see, maybe people will feel I'm stretching it too much because of the recent success of ISRO, but believe me, you go there and see, you will see the ambience is like that. Somebody that I know who works very closely around me, went there and said, Sadhguru, all these scientists and all the people who work there, they're acting like Isha meditators, Isha volunteers.
The space
Why?
agency.
I said, yes.
Because they're very
I also
humble and
felt that.
spiritual.
They have created the ambience, all they need is a little fire. And they will be there, because if anything has to happen, you need ambience. You need the atmosphere. Things are happening here on this planet because there is atmosphere. Nothing much happening on the moon because there is no atmosphere. You understand that? There is a good atmosphere holding you, like how you were held in your mother's womb. Even today, Mother Earth is holding you in her womb. The pressure, the level of oxygen, the level of different gases, all this is very vital to hold you in place. If the pressure increases, you will get crushed. If it decreases, you can't breathe, you'll fall apart. This is a fact. Right now, as you sit here, you're held. And how much complaints? Hello? How many complaints? Unbelievable. Now Shiva Shakti. It's very significant because in a way, this is the meeting of Shiva Shakti also, because the impact of the moon upon human life is very direct. If you look at the cycles, the physiological or biological cycles that are happening in our mother's bodies, it's only because of that we are born, nothing else. Hello? Only because of that. And these 27.3 or 4 days the moon takes for its rotation, and the human physiology going at the same pace. This is why Adi Yogi said way back that human beings have reached physiological peak of evolution. From here on, they cannot evolve physically. They can only evolve consciously, but they cannot evolve physically. That means you will not grow horns or you will not get whatever else you're thinking you must get. You will not get, because biological evolution has come to its peak upon this planet.
Very interesting.
But if we go and live on another planet, we don't know what will happen to this body. It may grow, it may diminish, anything may happen, or it may just not be suitable to exist there, we do not know. But this body was produced on this planet from the material that's present on this planet. When we say material, it's not just earth. The vapor, the water, the gases, everything are involved. Everything is involved in this making of this. So, on this planet, it has reached that peak. So in many ways, moon suggests that. This is why he is Somshekara, he is Somnath. And in terms of perception and in terms of reaching the evolutionary peak, it is an important recognition. And the place or the spot in which the lunar or the Chandrayaan-3 landed is Shiva Shakti. I think it's very insightful. And I would like to say this once again, it's incredible that political leadership is rising to this level of awareness.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Sadhguruji.
Yeah. Perfect, phenomenal ending to that video, shouting out the advance in political leadership, right? Because I think Prime Minister Modi ji is kind of leading that charge. And as he does it, I think more and more leaders are going to start seeing how successful it is to own your truth, to be who you are, to embrace your culture and your beliefs and your ancestral heritage, and then bring back that, to the forefront politically, because then you're owning all of you, right? And then, setting that example on that stage. And because I believe that it was Prime Minister Modi ji that named it the Shiva Shakti Point. So correct me if I'm wrong, but that's kind of how I understood it. And that is absolutely phenomenal. And then you see Sadhguru, shouting that out and acknowledging it, and then talking about how important it is. And it's like, why not? Because he's got a good point. We got to name it something. And at the very beginning, he's talking about, okay, well, we're not talking about a god and a goddess here. We're talking about, energy. And I see it as, and then the opposite. So he was using, clockwise, anti-clockwise, the spin, but it can also be seen as, say if you got clockwise, you can see that as, creation, right? And then the other way is destruction, right? So Shiva Shakti, Shiva is very much, associated with destruction, and Shakti could be associated with creation. And then that image of the deity, I forget the name of the deity, the one that's half-half. If somebody wants to remind us, because that is absolutely phenomenal. So then you have the one side masculine with the skulls, and then the other side feminine, with the flowers. Yeah, it's just showing how balanced this needs to be, like all of creation. Because he's so right. There's so many things that we just don't even understand, and we forget that we're very much dependent on a power greater than ourselves, and that's imbued in creation itself, in the laws of nature. If it wasn't for the air, like you take away one thing in nature, and then we're done. That's it. So we have, the force of gravity, we have nature, we have the atmosphere, the air, the water, the food, right? The earth, everything. It's all rolled into one. So it's a dependent, origination, and we're coming all up as one in creation, right? So whether we realize that or not, that's creating all the chaos. We're very much divided and separate when we need to be united. There needs to be a unity and a harmony to our existence, and realizing that we're not separate individuals. The whole world is literally one family. We're all in this together. So we need to do our part, on an individual level, but realizing that helps the whole. So when you see these incredible teachers, and we're blessed to be living in a time where we have such teachers as Sadhguruji, telling us how it is from his own insights, from his realizations, from his awakening and his transformation and his, owning his past lives and his rebirth and knowing who he is, and then being here for us ignorant beings, because we need to get the information from somewhere. And it's like, break it down. Okay. Is it worth fighting about these sorts of things? Right? Yeah. The best part was right at the beginning when he's talking about, the names of the planets. What are these all about, right? Yeah. So, very cool. We absolutely love the name Shiva Shakti Point. We were so happy when it was named that, because why not?
Couldn't be better.
Yeah, it's like Bharat has that right. It's like whoever's landing somewhere on the moon in the past, they were naming it whatever they wanted to. That's what he was talking about. I think it was, whoever was on board, maybe, like the astronaut was naming it, or the leader of the mission. but this is very humble. I love what he's talking about also, about just the Indian Space Agency, talking about all the people there, because he knows some of them and how the ambience is like the Isha Yoga Center. That's on another level, and this is what I was hoping for years, is that when scientists also embrace spirituality, right, and that seems what's happening here, this humility comes out, and then this higher level of spirituality in science, and then they can direct. So in other fields of science, there's going to be like science of consciousness, really getting to the root of more things that was, like you touched on, was all proven in ancient times in Bharat, and then we know it's the Kali Yuga, and we've gone away from that, and then we've fell into ignorance, and then so now it's on the rise again.
Very moving video. Love it. It does surprise me a little bit that it is even a question, that they even question the naming. Like the West, okay, if the West, because the West is the West. But the Indians themselves are questioning the name, so that's a bit interesting. So yeah.
Yeah, well, we know not all Indians are Sanatan Dharmis and Hindus. We know that. So there is other factions at play. So it's not only, he's talking about getting to the heart of politics, but it's not just politics, it's also religious. Even though we know that Sanatan Dharma is not a religion, other people in the world do see Hinduism as its own religion, separate from my religion. And then you just named something in the universe, the moon, which belongs to everybody. You just named it part of your religion. So of course there's going to be, some fights and some backlash, but it doesn't matter, right? Because as you talk about, we got to own the truth, and the truth is the truth, whether people believe it or not. Yeah, much of the world is in a very low level of consciousness, very much tamas, ignorance, delusion, not understanding. And you name something Shiva Shakti, they're just going to see it as God and goddess, these Hindu deities, and then they're going to judge it as not being good without even investigating what it means. There's so many people that associate anything from a separate belief system as false and not true without even investigating, and that's just the state of the world. But as spiritual beings who want to investigate and get to the bottom of things and understand truth beyond mere appearances and labels, he said it like it doesn't, the words actually don't matter, because the function of what's going on with that energy is fundamental, right? It's just not, you can't contest it. And then science is starting to prove what was written in the ancient scriptures thousands and thousands of years ago, made by discoveries by rishis and sages, right beyond our level of comprehension, because we're not there yet. We haven't had those realizations. So we're not just blindly believing, but we're like holding in mind that, we've heard about these things, and then we're going to investigate for ourselves. And that is the spiritual journey. Boom. So thanks so much, guys. And thanks, of course, to Sadhguruji explaining this incredible wisdom. Hopefully he set the matter of rest. We love the name. If you guys love the name as much as we do, you know what to do. Let us know all about it in the comment section. And we had a question in the video, if anybody wants to answer I think it was due to, the space agency's, the leader, his name, something about his name. I think it was cool. Yeah, we didn't understand what the meaning of his name, but Sadhguru was having a good time with it, so let us know. We want to know too.
Okay, friends. Right. May Lord Shiva, may Shiv Shakti bless you, or may you realize Shiv Shakti. Oh dear, I got myself into a pickle here. Yeah, what's a blessing?
What's a good Shiv Shakti blessing?
Exactly.
Yeah, somebody write it in the comments section. Let us know, and then everybody thumb that up so we know.
Okay, much love.